Hey, great afternoon for you. This is Dr. Otto Janke for the Empire Longevity Podcast. I'm going to be very short with you today because I want to really dive into this. And there's a great song by the quintessential band called The Who. The Who, The Who. And The Who had a song, We Won't Get Fooled Again. We won't get fooled again. Ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. I could do a quick 2 hours just on that alone. I bring that up because we look at this happens in medicine all the time, but it's really infiltrating the longevity world. And it's people who are selling you stuff that don't work. So I'm going to really pull out, if you haven't read the book Lifespans by David Sinclair. David Sinclair is a Harvard scientist who's researcher there. And his book, I read the book. I thought it was a really good book until he started saying resveratrol was going to be the end all for it all. That's what you need. That we really need to have more resveratrol. And resveratrol is a compound commonly found in red grapes, in wine. The sticky point about it is this, is how many times is resveratrol found in nature by itself? And the answer, well, your pharmacy. I mean, that's it. I mean, the drugstore. That's it. At the Price Chopper. I mean, it's the only place you're going to find resveratrol there. Resveratrol works best when it's in combination with the other 1,000 to 2,000 other chemicals or compounds that are in a grape. There's a relationship that goes on that allows it to work at its best. But Sinclair said, this is what you need, that we may look at another decade or so in the future and look back at this time and say, man, that everybody should have been taking resveratrol. GlaxoSmithKline, a mega pharma company, bought his product that Sinclair had. And basis was to really push. There's two ones. I'm not going to dive into this for you, but you can read about it. It's all over. And to find this one particle of you and to enhance it. And therefore you're going to live long, happy lives. GlaxoSmithKline paid $720 million for it. They stopped after 5 years of research on it and said, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. The latest stuff is going to be MNN. Can't say it quickly. It's another thing, which you're going to see people pushing this on you dramatically. I take supplements. I will tell you, I take supplements, and the supplements I take are going to be vitamin D3 with the K. I take that because it's just something that we as humans should be taking on a regular basis. And I live in upstate New York. It is October right now. And we're going to be coming into the winter time. I'm not going to be going outside. Well, not often, to tell you the truth. I do enjoy the cold. I won't be going outside in short sleeves. And so I'll bump up my vitamin D levels at this time, start to ramp it up because my sun time is ramping down. So I ramp that up. I'll do that during the winter time. During the springtime, I'll ramp down as I ramp up my time outside. The other one I do is the omega-3s, omega-369s. I try to get that combination. I do those because I know those are what have been shown to be effective for me overall. So what can you do? And my 3 favorite words are reasonable, effective, cost-effective. What are the things that you can do are reasonable, effective, and cost-effective that can help you to be around for more, better years? That's an Empire Longevity. I'm going to get t-shirts, more, better years. We'll be selling them on our website. Empire Longevity, more, better years. And there's only a handful of things. There are tangents off this, but there's only a handful of things. And I'm going to tell you what the bedrock of it is all. But the first thing we talk about is mental rest and focus. Mental rest and focus. Mental rest is how can you put that over there for a while. And so the simplest, the most reasonable, effective ways to do this is by meditation, by prayer, by listening to instrumental music, or going for walks in nature. None of those really cost you anything much. But we have to be able to take this out of place, boom, put it over there. Number 2 is rocket fuel. I'm going to be super straight with you and tell you we need to stop bullshitting ourselves about what we eat. Start eating those things that are just great for us. You want to decrease your overall inflammatory process that goes on in you? Start with what's on your plate or what's not on your plate. We start there. We talk about rocket fuel. I'm a plant forward eater. It's not that I don't eat animal products. It's just that I make plants the vast majority of my diet, vast majority. So we have the mental rest and focus. 2, rocket fuel. 3 is motion. Get moving. It doesn't have to, you don't have to be in a gym. You don't have to do specific workouts, routines, but you got to move during the day. I did a TEDx last year, and the numbers we looked at were that 75% of school-age children do not meet their requirements, the recommendations for PE. And I'm in New York. I'm in the state of New York, and for many places in New York, they have an every other day PE, but it's on a 6-day schedule. Although there are 5 days in the week, there's a 6-day schedule. So what ends up happening is you have 1 week, you'll have 3 days, and the other week, you'll have 2 days. And by following that, you purposefully do not get the kids to their 150 minutes of exercise a week. That's your number, 150 minutes a week. You want to decrease that time? Ramp up the intensity. I mean, that's what you got to do. And it doesn't matter what you do. Just start with something. 25% of adults in America don't move at all. You want to change the world, get moving. So mental rest and focus. Number 2 is going to be the rocket fuel. 3 is going to be motion. Get moving. I'm going to add in there great sleep. Don't mess around with your sleep. I'm such a miser with sleep. Bum. Don't call me after a certain time. Don't call me before a certain time. I don't answer my phone. I don't do that stuff. Why? Because sleep. I love balling up in my covers. I'm like a bear in there. Boom. Let's get to sleep. I go to bed at this time, unless the Yankees are playing the World Series. I go to bed at this time. I know I'm going to wake up at this time. So I got to make those hours back. Okay, here's my window. That means I have to start a little bit before that to take care of the dog, the cats, brush my teeth, take my Hulk Hogan vitamins, say my prayers, get my ready. So I got to start before this. So I plan this all out so I can make sure I'm in bed. When I ask you, what time do you go to bed? Sometimes you tell me, between 9 and 11. 9 and 11, that's a 2-hour difference. What time do you get to work? Between 9 and 11. No, 9, boom. So I'm a miser about that. Add that in there. And the basis for it all, fundamental, the base of this is going to be an optimized nervous system. And I say that because of this. If I want to add in great rocket fuel, great fuel, that food works best when the nervous system is able to digest it, get the best nutrients out of it, and then use those. My exercise is best when my nervous system is able to do it at the best level. My mental rest and focus is best. So you look at this article that came out yesterday is this the health metric? Is this health metric the key to longevity, resilience, and performance? And it's from a heart rate variability expert. I've been doing heart rate variability for almost 20 years. And I think it's a fundamental aspect. The more you get into it, you're more like you go, holy cow. Heart rate variability affects emotion regulation, brain networks. The more you read about it, you realize we need to dive into this and get it functioning at its best. Recovery time, heart rate variability follow extreme endurance exercise. We look at all this stuff and realize just how massively important this is. And then heart rate variability and exceptional longevity. I'm a firm believer that everything you've ever needed to be your healthiest is packaged perfectly within you. We need to unlock it. We also need to not make it toxic. We need to take what we have and allow it to be its best. If you were going to plant tomato plants out in your garden, are you going to put great soil or just put them on, trying to grow them on pavement? Of course, you're going to want to start with a great seed. Then you're going to put it in the best soil possible. Then you're going to find some kind of nutrient to put with it. You're going to take your time. You're going to make sure you weed all around it. Make sure you get the stuff so it grows at its best. Give yourself the best opportunity. You do that by having a nervous system, your nervous system at its best, at its optimum. So we test nervous systems. We'll be showing doctors around America, around the world, how to do this on a regular basis so they can set a framework for you also. They'll be setting a framework for you also so that then you can do this. You can get this done and find out exactly where you are. Now, why is that important? Because you look at adaptability, how well you're able to adapt to stresses. And two, you probably have heard of being in sympathetic drive, a fight or flight. Let me ask you a question in America. Do you think we are in fight or flight, or you think we're in the rest and relax times? Yeah, we're in fight or flight. That affects us. It affects your children. It affects you. It affects us. We see school-age children. And it affects the mom and dad too, of course. So we set a baseline for you, and then we work for you to help you be as healthy as possible. These are reasonable, effective, and cost-effective. Let's start there for today. I don't want to overwhelm you with everything all right away. I'm Dr. Otto Janke. If you have any questions, always feel free to pop in right here or email me, and I'll be happy to help you. Let's start with the things that are reasonable, effective, and cost-effective. And don't get fooled again. We've spent a lot of time, energy, and focus on stuff that doesn't work. It doesn't work. Do the things that are reasonable, effective, and cost-effective. If I can be help to you any way, let me know, and we'll see you next time.